Yo, what is good? My anime faithful, what is good, yo? So, from the world's commonplace boy to the strongest of them all, this man just soloed 6K, 60K. Nah, he didn't solo him, but might as well have, right? Jeez, holy. We just saw this man show off how ridiculously, like, overpowered, not overpowered, but how many people are outmatched against this dude, which is not only just funny to see, it's also the point of he doesn't do hand to hand. He does not touch anything from close range, right? And I respect that. If you're gonna make a character and have him not even get close, the main reason why he doesn't get close is he's never been like that much of a fighter in the first place. Then to top that off, he's also been kind of the support person with making the walls that he was making, so, or transmuting, whatever you want to call it. So with all that, he then kind of gives us this indicator that he's not really close range fighter. He's not really, that athletic. But then he gets the ability from the rabbit where he can like jump and like blink all over the place or whatever. And he's got multiple upon multiple abilities. But the one thing I just really recognize is he hasn't. This episode is called "The Goddess's Sword," and the sword was freaking the 50 cal sniper, right? So it just kind of puts into perspective how he's, taking his combat, how he's taking this in general by, okay, I'm not going to really allow myself to follow certain tropes and do things that might get me killed. I'm gonna stick to my guns, literally, and just play it out that way, because I have no reason of getting up and, trying to outspeed and outswing and class someone up close when I could do as much damage, if not more, from a range. And then now that he has the old girl, the bunny, he don't even gotta get close. He literally has his go out and literally just get bopped for him while he loads up a shot pretty much at this point. So with that, you already have a pretty formidable team. Not only a great team, but you got people that are literally gonna risk their life for him. So that's gonna be bad for any villain. Anybody who's trying to take him out, and there's people out there that will literally be willing to hold him down to take the shot, they're not gonna win. Like, he has such a broken team. He's got a dragonborn, a bunny that is ridiculous on agility, to the point where she was training with the vampire girl and actually, managed to catch her. Someone who can summon up lightning dragons and ice walls and all this different stuff, and this bunny was capable of catching her. And then the dragonborn, who clearly had this ring to become even stronger, but at the same time, I think that ring drained her even quicker of all of her power, which she wasn't even needed that much, which is another reason why I was kind of saying he soloed a lot of this, which, I mean, sure he didn't, but the one person that was supposed to help him took out like a good, let's say like 10,000 people, right? And then the other two helpers of his probably took out around that amount, right? Like, they probably each took out almost 10,000. One had a freaking missile launcher, while the other one was just blasting ridiculously powerful magic the whole time. So there wasn't a lot that they were doing that wasn't taking out a lot of monsters, besides the bunny going in a little bit later with the hammer to get in close and personal after the ammo ran out. So it's stuff like that that really made this show feel like this man is an army god. Like, he's got literally a 4-man army, and it went against 60,000 people and destroyed them all. Not one of the humans that were supposedly getting protected that are he saw as just civilians, right? None of them even got touched. We then find out the confirmation of demons in this show. I mean, we do have vampires, so I guess demons aren't that far-fetched to be here, you know, to be like, oh, well, they literally have vampires, bunnies that can teleport, and bears that can throw blades. So I guess, no, but I thought that was cool. I mean, it just goes to show you as well how powerful a demon can make one single human. To be fair, we didn't already know what his abilities was. Like, could he already tame monsters and stuff like that? And the demons just made it so he had a much wider range after brain controlling one, which we heard one was brain controlled, so they were controlling the other ones nearby. So there's also that. But yeah, overall, I did enjoy this week's episode a lot. There was this huge battle that they were talking up. Not only that, seeing how much this guy was clearly lying and going to get healed for free by our main character goes to show you how freaking dope he is when it comes down to pulling the trigger. And that's why I told you guys, it has one of the weirdest tones I have ever seen. We went from a dude crying and getting his arm, you know, taken off and fighting all the way through a ridiculous amount of crap by himself, to then get somebody who didn't necessarily change up the dynamic of this like crazy fighting, sad and like intense place. But then we get something else. We get somebody like the bunny who changes a lot of how the show feels, right? It changed so much of how much life and things like that were actually in the show and jokes. And then we get one more person that's really jokey. So to know that that's their kind of way of balancing all of it, it's really nice. But at the same time, this is that dark stuff that could happen at any moment that I thought was maybe almost removed thanks to all of the joking and, you know, like the ladies and stuff. But now that we look at it, it don't look like it's removed at all. Now, you know, like we're looking at it and the same old stuff just happened in the case of you know, he's showing the dark nature of the show that we first started watching, which I really actually was happy to see. Like, I didn't want to know that they took out the dark nature of the show just because certain characters, you know, joined the cast. You know, like there should still be that dark element of anything could happen type of possibility, but it felt like it almost was gone with how much they were just relying on being funny and having our character be uncomfortable with the people that were around him and stuff like that, you know. So I'm this still. But other than that, we're definitely going to get you know, our main character probably showing us everything that he made sooner or later. I feel like we still haven't really seen it all this week. We got to see the minigun that he literally somehow ran out of freaking ammo with. Man, he's crazy. He got that's so much. He shot so many bullets, guys. He's like, oh, I ran out of ammo. Dang. It just jumps in with his pistols, which you know, some people can say is a close range thing. I don't really. Pistols can be mid range, you know, like if you have guns in general, you're not a fighter, you know, you're not a swordsman close range if you don't want to be. I mean, this man straight up put the gun in one of the monster's mouth and pulled the trigger, so he is close. It's just he doesn't need to swing a sword or something like that with enough strength and precision to chop something off compared to just pointing and shooting, right? So I'm not saying it's bad or anything. I'm just saying that it's a much different approach than I've seen a lot of main characters go with, including seeing shows where they're from different worlds or something, and then they see something that is really big in their world, like a katana or something, and they're like, oh, I'll take that. You know, it's like, oh, well, yeah, because every person where you're from would love to have a katana, but if you were from this world, you wouldn't have that urge because no one ever had that katanas in that world that I'm talking about. So it's really weird, but at the same time, it works. It freaking works. Just go with it, people. Don't let it be weird. Just let it take you. But yeah, overall, I hope you guys are having an amazing one. I wanted to get these videos out quick. I was up relatively early, so I wanted to make them all quickly so I can get them out to you guys. And not only that, if anything else comes out, I could either hop on it or leave it for another day, like a Thursday, because there's not really any anime on Thursday, guys. So we might have to balance some stuff out. If we get a lot of shows Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then Friday, Saturday, we might have to start balancing some shows out on the Thursday if nothing comes out then. So thank you so much for all the support and subs and whatever else you do for the channel. Likes, comments, they're all greatly appreciated. I read them all. A lot's just been happening lately, so I've been keeping up with YouTube, Twitter, all the new video games that are coming out, all that stuff I'm trying to keep up with, and I'm kind of getting running out of energy. So if I don't comment back, and if I don't write back on Anime Amimo and stuff like that, I'm usually just poop, like I'm just run out of energy. So thank you guys so much. I will definitely talk to you soon, at least tomorrow. So with that being said, take care and peace.